Hi everyone, today we are going to continue learning how to prepare for the IELTS exam. Before we do that, try to remember some useful tips that you learned from the previous lesson. Also, it would be great if you could just take a few minutes to revise the knowledge that you got from the first 3 lessons. Finished? Okay, so what are we gonna do now? Listening. So how about locations and places? Are you good enough at describing locations and following directions in English? Have you ever had to do any of these things somewhere abroad? How was it?
Now you're going to work with a map. So here are some pieces of advice that can help you cope with this task. Be ready to work with directions and places. For labeling a map or plan in IELTS, you may need to follow directions, or you may hear a description of a location. Study the map or plan carefully. You should study the map or plan carefully before you listen. Having a clear image in your mind will help you understand what you hear. Mark the way on the map. You may need to follow directions to locate a place on the map or plan. Marking the way directly on the map can be helpful. Don't forget about distractors. The distractors for this type of task might be extra buildings marked on the map, or they might be extra options in a list of possible answers. Read the options several times. Before you listen, read the options several times so that you become familiar with the information you need to listen for. Don't cross out any options unless you are sure they are wrong. If you can't decide between 2 answers, write both down and decide later. And so now look at this map below. And now listen and label the map with the correct letter from A to F.
Recording 18.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. Now, from next week, there'll be a rota for all of you to help out at the information stand here at Brookside Market. So I just wanted to give you a briefing about what you can find where. The information booth is to the left of the entrance, and I've given you all a plan to mark important places on. One of the most common inquiries is, where can I pay for my parking? People are amazed when we tell them that it's free now. We used to charge for it, and there was a ticket booth to the left of the entrance, but now that it has been turned into a small stage, we hold cookery demonstrations there. Local chefs come in and show people how to prepare dishes. It's really popular, and you get a nice view of the fountain there. We have over 50 stalls at the markets, selling everything from fresh fruit and vegetables to locally made crafts, which unfortunately means people won't find things like books or anything second-hand. We have a famous baker at the market, and many people get here really early just to buy his produce. His stall is located at the back of the markets, next to the barbecue. We sell burgers and sausages there, but a lot of people like to bring their own lunch to eat, and they're welcome to go to the special area near the tree in the middle of the markets, where they can do just that. It's handy for the toilets too. The markets are located next to a circus school that holds classes for children at the weekend, so we often get a lot of family groups in. There's a playground on the right-hand side that's popular with them, and just in front of that is where the farmers bring along chickens, rabbits and lambs for the children to pet. That's always a very popular feature, so you'll definitely be asked about that. Just let people know there is a small fee if the children want to feed them. Well, that's everything for now.